the Sydney suburb of Ashfield, where I've discovered a rarity, or a phenomenon, if you will. Here in Ashfield, you'll be confronted with not one, not two, not three, but 4 Shanghai restaurants in a row. So first up, we've got Shanghai Night. It's got a 4-star rating with 455 Google reviews. Next shop down, we've got New Shanghai. It's got a 4.2-star rating with 631 reviews. Then it's over to New Shanghai Night with a 4.2-star rating and 687 reviews. And then last but not least, we have Flavour Shanghai, which has a 4-star rating with 5 reviews. So I want everyone to close their eyes and picture this scenario with me. You're in Ashfield, you've got a hankering for some Shanghainese food, you just want those XIAOLONGBAO, but you're not sure where to go. And then you stumble across 4 Shanghainese restaurants in a row, you're overwhelmed by choice, you don't know what to do. Well, that's where we come in. Today I am here with Mum, and we are going to be rating these 4 restaurants by their XIAOLONGBAO.
This is a very tough assignment, but I'm up for the challenge.
First stop, Shanghai Night. Really loving the decor here. Got some very interesting selection of artworks on the wall that I'm really enjoying, trying to figure out a link between them. Here we've got, it seems to be a unicorn. And then on this side we've got some blueberries, and we also have a montage to French patisseries up here behind me. So when it comes to ranking these 4 Shanghai restaurants, I thought we should introduce some criteria to make our job easier in deciding which one we actually like better. So I thought we could judge on price as a category, speed of service, like how quick it takes from ordering for the dishes to arrive in case you're looking for maybe a quick meal, and thirdly, the overall taste experience, which XIAOLONGBAO we actually like the best. So here we are at Shanghai Night, and let's see what the price is looking like. Oh my goodness, check out the size of this menu.
Holy moly. You wouldn't want to be indecisive, you'd be here for ages.
There are 225 items on this menu. So it seems that their steamed Shanghai style mini pork and crab bun comes to $10.80.
Seems pretty good.
Seems good, but it doesn't indicate how many that comes with. If that's 2 or 3 or 10. So I guess we'll find that out. Can I just get one serve of the XIAOLONGBAO? How many does that come with? 8 is this? Oh, 8 is awesome. 8. That's pretty good value for money. $10.80 divided by 8. We're looking at $1.35 per XIAOLONGBAO, which I think is pretty good. And in order to record the speed of service, we press start on a stopwatch as soon as we ordered. So Mum, I have a question for you. When it comes to XIAOLONGBAO, what do you look for? What is your ideal XIAOLONGBAO?
Ooh, I think it's all about the mouthfeel.
The mouthfeel.
It's that soupy soup in the middle has to be very flavoursome. Of course, it has to be scalding hot. It's not a XIAOLONGBAO until you have 3rd-degree burns in your palate.
I don't like the skin to be too thick. When it comes to a XIAOLONGBAO, the thinner, for me, the thinner the better.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, it has to be super hot because there's nothing more unsatisfying than getting your XIAOLONGBAO and it's like lukewarm. Speaking of lukewarm XIAOLONGBAO, these here definitely don't fall into that category. 12 minutes after ordering, out came our piping hot, freshly made XIAOLONGBAO from Shanghai Night.
They do look very hot. They look like 3rd-degree burn territory for sure.
Here is some vinegar and some soy sauce. What do you usually go for XIAOLONGBAO?
My choice is the vinegar.
Just vinegar? Just vinegar. Okay, for me, I like a mix of the soy sauce and vinegar, but even if they have it, a little bit of ginger as well. It's really, really good. Broth is very flavorful, very full-bodied and umami. I'm enjoying that broth.
Well, it's very nice. It's sweet. It's satisfying.
It satisfies. I'm very happy with this experience. I've had better, but I've also had worse. Yeah, I think 7 is a good thing to rate.
It is a good thing to rate it.
It's a good solid XIAOLONGBAO. It's not going to break the bank. It came very quickly. And honestly, $10.80 for a pan of 8 XIAOLONGBAO. No, it's really, really good. It's yours. I give you the final XIAOLONGBAO. For me? I wouldn't be so generous if I didn't know I was going to have 30 more. We're going to be so full by the end of this.
Oh my god. I'm up for it. I may not have as much real estate as Blondie's dad, but I'm going to give it a really good crack.
That is it for stop number 1. Now for the long commute to stop number 2, which is right next door. I guess objectively speaking, this one next door is more popular. I actually walked past here last night, and while Shanghai Night had some people in it, New Shanghai was absolutely bustling. There was a line out the door. This place looks really, really popular. And I actually just learned from the waitress at Shanghai Night that these restaurants are all owned by different people. Wow. So it's not the same person opening all these restaurants. They're all different owners, which I find quite fascinating.
Talk about being close to your competition. You're really eyeballing them every day. Wow, it's beautiful. Quite a difference in the decor. It's gorgeous. You may disagree, but I like the ambience here more. It feels really warm and welcoming, and you just want to really eat everything on the menu.
Us Westerners were suckers for some nice ambience, some exposed brickwork. I like the shop next door's ambience because it kind of reminded me of a local xiaolongbao place that you might find in Shanghai. Yeah, this is definitely not a representation of a local xiaolongbao restaurant in Shanghai, but it's beautiful. What is it about Shanghainese restaurants and big menus?
This.
Here, the xiaolongbao are slightly more expensive, coming to $14.60 for 8 pieces. We're looking at $1.80 per xiaolongbao, which is still a few cents more expensive.
Yummy.
Yeah?
That broth is richer. It's more salty. Let's do the side test. Well, it passes the squirt test.
For me, that skin is actually thicker. The skin is thicker, but filling is better. It's not dry at all. The soup is really delicate, full of flavor. But yeah, the skin is a little too thick for my liking, actually. For me, I would rate it exactly the same as next door.
I enjoyed the soup more, and I enjoyed the filling more. So I would give that an 8.
The next one we're going to is I'm very intrigued by because they've called themselves New Shanghai Night. The first restaurant we went to is called Shanghai Night. The second one we went to is called New Shanghai. This one is called New Shanghai Night, which I'm like, what an original name. Okay, so here we have steamed Shanghai style mini pork and crab bun, $10.80. So same price as the first one.
It's 14 minutes.
So initial impressions, these are a lot larger than any of the other xiaolongbao we've had earlier. So probably even better value for money here because not only are you getting 8 of them, which is the same as the first place for the same price, but they're like at least a third bigger.
So you can definitely see the difference look-wise between the two dumplings. So this one was from next door, from New Shanghai. We got 3 of them takeaway because we couldn't finish. So they're quite a bit smaller than the ones here from New Shanghai Night. But potentially these ones here are not as pretty.
Thin skin. The skin is definitely a lot thinner than any of the other places, but there's a big hunk of meat in there that is a little bit dry.
And harder to eat.
So, I don't know. It's nice. I like the skin. The broth is nice, but I'm not a fan of the meat as much. So I'd probably give this, I don't know, 6.5?
I agree.
6.5? Yeah. We have had 24 xiaolongbao. Honestly, how are you feeling?
Xiaolongbao
Almost. We've got one more store, and I think this is going to be our wild card for today. This is a bit of an underdog because it only has 5 reviews on Google Reviews. So, yeah, I don't really know what to expect.
I'm not feeling the vibe here.
There's a lot less people in the store. It's not as busy as any of the others that we've been to. So many lighting fixtures. We just looked up the reviews for this place on Google just to see what the 5 people were saying. And there's one really, really good review here that's saying, behind the data decor lies our local culinary hidden gem. I'm from Shanghai and I've been a regular customer of this shop for more than 10 years. I enjoy the authentic Shanghainese dishes that they make, just like the way my grandma and dad would cook them. No frills, no fluff, just old school style Shanghainese home dishes. So
That's a pretty good recommendation.
yeah, maybe we're about to have the #1 xiaolongbao of this whole experience.
Maybe our minds will be blown.
Pork and crab soup dumpling, 8 pieces, $12.30. So that's $1.50 for 1 xiaolongbao.
Is it? Thank you.
We forgot to stop the timer, but it was more like 15 minutes when it arrived. So it's technically the slowest place that we've been to for xiaolongbao, but only by a minute. I really hope this is the best one. I love an underdog store.
I do too.
It's really good.
It's really nice. This is great.
Thin skin. This is my favorite. The skin is really thin. The inside is juicy. It's flavorful. Look at that.
Nice.
Look how thin that skin is.
Very thin skin. I see what you mean. That's good. In a lot of respects, this is the best, but I have to say, if you could put the filling from
New Shanghai.
New Shanghai into this, it would Barbara can score a 10.
Yeah. I'm really surprised and happy with this xiaolongbao actually, and part of me wants to rate it the highest just because it's the underdog. It's the one with the 5 reviews rather than the hundreds next door.
Yeah.
It's like a bit unexpected. What do you think?
I'd give it a 7.5.
Now that we've eaten all of the xiaolongbao, it's time to, reveal which one rated the highest. We have a tie for the winner for our favorite xiaolongbao in this row of shops, and the tie is between New Shanghai and this place. So they both got the same score, so I'm really excited about that. And the underdog and the most popular one were the winners. And then second place went to Shanghai Night, the first place we went to, and then last place went to New Shanghai Night.
I think it's a fair representation of my taste buds anyway.
Now in terms of price, we had a tie for first place again in terms of value for money. It went to Shanghai Night at $10.80 as well as New Shanghai Night, also $10.80 for 8 xiaolongbao. Second place for value for money went to Shanghai Flavour, this place, and then fourth place went to New Shanghai with the 8 xiaolongbao for $14.60. Kind of expected that. It's a bit more of a fancy place, so yeah, that was more expensive. And in terms of fastness of quickness of delivery, quickness of service, which, if you're looking for a quick meal, if you just want to go in and out, this might be a good criteria for you. Speediest service went to New Shanghai. We got our xiaolongbao in 8 minutes. The next quickest xiaolongbao delivery went to Shanghai Night, the first place we went to. It came in 12 minutes. Third place went to New Shanghai Night next door. That was 14 minutes to be delivered to our table. And then this place actually won last place. But, I guess there are less staff members here, less demand. So this was actually the slowest service. But, I'd happily wait an extra few minutes for those xiaolongbao. They were really, really good. So yeah, that concludes our xiaolongbao rating adventure here in Ashfield.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Me too. I think I'm gonna have to wait quite a while until I have another xiaolongbao.
I think so.
And maybe the next time I have a xiaolongbao will actually be in Shanghai because I'm leaving in like 2 weeks now. Are you gonna miss me?
I'll miss you.
I'll miss you. I can't believe I'm going so soon.
I'm gonna have to find myself a restaurant and sit and talk to myself and describe things to myself.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
This was fun, and we will see you next time. Bye.